Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer kicking off the Pick 6 on Wood Memorial Saturday with race number 6. It's the Grade 2 Gazelle, perhaps an important Kentucky Oaks prep, obviously for 3-year-old fillies. If you're playing that Pick 6 wager, why not do so with DRF Bets? You get a $150 bonus immediately on sign up. Just go to drf.com/join, type in the promo code TV150. Let's take a look at this field of Kentucky Oaks hopefuls led by the number 3, Midnight Disguise, 8-5 on the morning line. When you get a look at Midnight Disguise up close, she is this gargantuan filly, and you just know distance is going to be her friend, and that's exactly what happened in her lone prior start at 1 1/8 when she won the Busanda. Last time out in the Busher, they turned her back. They kept her on the center of the track. She lost ground every step of the way. The pace wasn't fast, and she still won. She's going to be tough on Saturday.
Yeah, she's way the horse to beat in here, and it's no small advantage for her that she already has won over this distance and really likes this distance, because it feels like it's going to be a real problem for a lot of the horses that she's running against. It gives her a big advantage, but it really speaks to how talented she is, Dan, that she has been able to win twice, turning back in distance for a filly who doesn't have any speed at all and can never afford to get herself stopped at any point in a race because she's this big giant thing. She just wants to unwind that long stride. I mean, she can win turning back. She can basically do just about anything. Distance is really her friend in here. They have her to beat.
And she likes to close from the back of the pack. The Busher did not feature a fast pace. Our friends at Timeform US believe that the Gazelle will unfold differently, as you see by that red bar. The 5 Sarah Street made the front in the Busher after prompting those moderate fractions and then was run down by Midnight Disguise. Now if you give her a tougher pace situation and a longer distance, it makes things that much more difficult.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, she was pretty game in that Busher. I liked that effort from her. I thought it was another step in the right direction for her. She obviously has a really nice pedigree, but it just feels like that was a pretty good situation for her that day, because the horse she was up on the pace with, and I'll never remember her name, but it was the Peter Miller horse shipping in from Southern California and stretching out in distance, and that horse just did not get the distance at all. She totally disintegrated at the top of the stretch, and this horse took over. She still couldn't outfinish Midnight Disguise. It'll probably be tougher for her this time.
Were you surprised that My Miss Lily was basically starting her run at the same point as Midnight Disguise last time out? The pace projector indicates that My Miss Lily does certainly have more tactical speed on her very best day, and in the Busher, with that lack of pace, she kind of was taken back off the pace. Yeah. I liked the way she finished, and she seemed to gallop out okay. This will be her first start around 2 turns, but as a daughter of Tappet, I'm really not that concerned. She's got a big chance, especially if that trip's coming.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with her. I mean, I'm a little more worried about the distance than you are. I realize that she's a Tappet. There's a lot of sprint on the dam side, and it worries me about her stretching out. On the other hand, she ran really well in her debut over this track, and it was a wet track that day. And if we get that, bad weather we're supposed to get here in New York, that could work to her advantage. They tried a tougher spot in her second start, no problem with that. I thought she ran fine last time. I have no problem with Manny Franco trying to save ground with her. He raided her back. He put her in behind horses. And I really feel like when you watch the replay of that race, she's down inside, trying to find a way through in the stretch while Midnight Disguise is down the outside, getting her momentum up. And I think that worked against this horse. Better trip this time. She gets in front of Midnight Disguise this time. Maybe she can turn the tables.
Todd Pletcher has the 2 3-year-old fillies occupying the 1 and 2 gates. Mo Shopping won a starter allowance 2 starts back over a wet track, which could certainly come into play on Saturday. Then at Laurel last time out, though, really couldn't find the excuse. It just looked like she was outrun on the backstretch entering the turn and never really kicked.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I thought her trip was fine in that race. The 2 horses that finished ahead of her, they were faster than her early, beat her to the lead, and she never made any kind of real impression in the stretch. I'm worried about her stretching out in this race, Dan. I just don't think she's that good.
Virginia Key was a debut winner, but with a very slow buyer speed figure, and I found it kind of odd that Todd cut her back in distance for start number 2 at Gulfstream. He found the right spot, so it seemed, a $35,000 starter allowance, and she still got wired.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she did get wired last time, and so I guess you could, if you want to offer up an excuse for her on the turn back to get wired, all right, maybe, but it's not like, she ran some kind of great race and felt unlucky in that race. Her debut was fine with a good trip. I do think the horse that ran second to her is a pretty good horse. Maybe she can do better in here, but she's the slowest horse on the way in.
Midnight Disguise, way the horse to beat in the Gazelle, but we'll take some chances against her as we take a look at our picks for the first leg of this pick six. You like my Miss Lily. I like Smokin' Patty Lassie a little bit. What's not to like? She's a perfect 3 for 3 in her career. In her career, she's won from 5 furlongs to a mile. She'll now have to really stretch out to a mile and an eighth. But her sire was a stout, longer distance horse, Patio Prado. I like the fact that this horse, for the first time in her career, was able to sit off of another horse. That limited view blasted away to an easy lead, and she just didn't stay the distance. But Smokin' Patty Lassie really tried on the stretch down towards the inside, and I liked the way she finished up. Her Beyer speed figures are actually faster than those of Midnight Disguise, and she might get the jump on that horse turning into the stretch. She's also won on a wet track, but this distance worries me.
Yeah, that's the real question with her. I mean, she is fastest on the way, and she obviously has ability. I mean, you watch her races, you can tell she has talent. It's all about distance for her. Do you think she'll get the 9 furlongs? I think she can just make the lead in here and make herself really tough, but I would be really worried about that last eighth of a mile.
And you like my Miss Lily, certainly value here at 5 to 1. Mark Henning's done a great job all year long, and this filly just moved forward with each start.
Yeah, I think she really has. I'm worried about the distance for her. I'm not sure that she really wants to go this far, but I think she ran maybe deceptively well last time.
6, 3, 4, and 5 for Mike, 4, 3, 5 for me, and the Grade 2 Gazelle kicking off the pick 6 at Aqueduct on Saturday. If you are playing this star-studded card, please consider DRF Bets. There's your $150 sign-up bonus offer. Sign up for an account at drf.com/join when you type in the promo code TV150. An approximate post time for the Gazelle, 3:38 Eastern. Best of luck.